All right guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make watermelon sorbet with just 3 ingredients. It's got watermelon, it's got honey, it's got lime. And all of those things are healthy. If you worry about these things, I'm going to tell you all about the science in this video of why you shouldn't fear watermelon when it comes to your blood sugar. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the science regarding honey and improvements in metabolic health, which are astounding. And I'm going to show you how to make this super simple dessert, which your girlfriend, wife, grandma, grandpa, your kids, they'll all love it. It's really good and it's beautiful. Let's get into it. I'm feeling like I'm starting a cooking show, so you guys let me know what you think. Watermelon sorbet. Let me show you how to do it. All right, 3 ingredients in the watermelon sorbet. Watermelon, honey, preferably raw, organic, glyphosate-free, and lime. I'm gonna show you guys how to make this. But before I do, I know a lot of you are gonna look at this video and go, that is a lot of sugar, Paul. Aren't you worried about that? The answer is no, for a couple of reasons. Look, scale the amount of carbohydrates in your diet based on how active you are. And realize that there are very good studies with watermelon and watermelon juice showing that watermelon juice and watermelons actually improve insulin sensitivity. Researchers have given patients watermelon juice in the setting of a glucose tolerance test. They're giving people pure glucose and they give them watermelon juice, and their insulin sensitivity, their tolerance of that glucose actually improves when they give them more sugar with the watermelon juice. So do I think that watermelon is going to cause diabetes? No. Do I think that watermelon or watermelon juice is going to worsen diabetes? No. Do I think that you should scale the amount of carbohydrates in your diet based on your activity? Sure. Does everybody need to eat 300 grams of carbohydrates a day? No. But I do believe that watermelon is a healthy addition to the human diet, and I think that the medical studies show that. Lime's pretty benign for most people. Honey is another lightning rod for people. And let me tell you about honey real quickly. Honey is something that people think is going to worsen their diabetes. Though it may raise your blood sugar slightly, even if you're diabetic, there are actual randomized controlled trials with humans and honey, up to 125 grams plus of honey per day in diabetics, showing that over an 8-week period, administering honey actually improves glucose tolerance. Blood sugar goes up a little bit, but it improves glucose tolerance. Remember this, guys. Diabetes, insulin resistance are not diseases of elevated blood sugar. That is a symptom. That is not the cause. They are diseases of insulin resistance, metabolic dysfunction. And honey, watermelon, these do not cause metabolic dysfunction. If you have metabolic dysfunction, scale these based on your activity level. But realize that these can still be a healthy part of your diet. And I believe that for those of us that are metabolically healthy, adding honey to your diet in moderate amounts can be a very, very powerful thing post-exercise. I use this as a pre-workout, a post-workout. I use raw milk and honey in the morning before I surf. Obviously, again, scale watermelon juice, scale fruit juice, scale honey based on your activity level, but these things do not cause diabetes. There's actually large reviews done with honey showing that this improves metabolic function. Yes, I said it. I know it's crazy for people to hear. This improves metabolic function. Again, if you want a good honey, think about something that is organic, meaning there are no pesticides in the hive, that is raw, not pasteurized, not heated, preferably not filtered much, and that is glyphosate free. So make sure it is tested for pesticides. I'm really proud of what we built at Lineage. It's all of those things. It's very hard to find a glyphosate free honey, and I'm really stoked about sharing this with you guys. All right, so first step. This is a very complicated thing to make this sorbet, guys. You cut open the watermelon. Ta-da! Then I'm gonna try and scoop this out with a spoon to see if I can end up with a very pretty bowl to serve this sorbet in afterwards. Let's see how I do here. I'm gonna take all these pieces and freeze them for 2 to 3 hours. One more thing that I think about with watermelon is seedless versus seed containing watermelon. I think that watermelon with seeds tastes way better. And while seedless watermelon is not technically GMO, it has been kind of manipulated. So it gets technical, but watermelon with seeds that you can actually plant in the ground are diploid. They have 2 sets of chromosomes. These watermelon seeds are actually viable. If I plant these watermelon seeds, it will turn into a watermelon vine. Maybe it'll be Jack and the Beanstalk and I'll be able to climb up to a huge new realm, but it'll probably just be a watermelon vine and I'll get a watermelon. Seedless watermelons have some funny stuff going on with their chromosomes. They generally are made when you cross a tetraploid watermelon. That is a watermelon with 4 sets of chromosomes relative to a diploid, which has 2. If you cross a tetraploid watermelon with a diploid watermelon, you get a triploid or tripod watermelon. So a seedless watermelon is essentially a tripod watermelon. Now, there aren't any studies showing that seedless watermelon are harmful for humans, but all that's a little bit kind of like weird with the chromosomes, and I think that the watermelon with seeds just tastes better. So I prefer these, but I wanted to mention the whole GMO thing with tetraploid, triploid, diploid watermelons. It's all a little bit strange to me. Just eat your watermelon normally with seeds. Let's go put it in the freezer. All right, guys, let's pull it out of the freezer. We got some frozen watermelon slices here. These are gonna go into the blender. I would not recommend trying this without a Fuerte blender. You will burn the motor out, maybe. Vitamix works good. And just so you guys know, I'm gonna use the plastic container on this Vitamix so you can see it because it looks better for the video. But I would recommend using the stainless steel attachment of the Vitamix because you don't want extra plastic in your food. This is just for the video, but Vitamix also sells a stainless steel attachment, and this is what I use for everything that I'm making for myself. So this is just for you guys. Try and stuff as many pieces of watermelon in there as I can. Then I'm gonna throw in some Lineage raw organic glyphosate-free honey. Not gonna be conservative with that because we love it. And throw in some lime juice. All right, let's blend it up. I feel like a little cooking show over here. Okay, next step, I'm gonna take this, put it in a glass container, put it back in the freezer for a little bit so it gets to be the right consistency. I'm a step ahead of myself. Look at this, guys. We got one right here. There we go, looks good. So, there's a technique to making this look pretty, and I'm probably gonna butcher it, but I'm gonna do my best to give you guys some food ASMR here. Let's see what we can do. All right, there it is. Watermelon sorbet, 3 ingredients. Let's give it a try. Super good, it's legit. It's definitely refreshing. Summertime, if you're lactose intolerant and you want to eat ice cream, but you can't eat ice cream, this could be a great option. And remember, 3 ingredients: watermelon, honey, and lime. I talked about it earlier in the video, but you don't need to fear any of those things. Watermelon, healthy for humans, improves glucose tolerance. Honey, tons of research about that, especially when it's raw, organic, glyphosate-free, like the Lineage honey is tested. And yeah, I even made it in the watermelon bowl for you guys to make it look super pretty. If you want to know how to make animal-based ice cream from raw cream and egg yolks and things like mango or dragon fruit, I'll put a link to that video here. I think if you can make animal-based watermelon sorbet and animal-based ice cream, you're basically like a dessert ninja, and you'll be able to impress anyone if you make dinner for them. And just in case you guys are wondering, when I say animal-based sorbet, it's part of an animal-based diet, which is something that I've thought of as organs, meat, fruit, honey, and raw dairy. The same with the ice cream. It doesn't mean this is made from animals, although that would be pretty incredible if I could make something like this from animals. It just means that it's within the bounds of an animal-based diet, which is something I'm a huge fan of. See you guys in the next video.